questions. So Michael Lee is here. So Michael, do the recent wave of layoffs at big banks and big tech concern you? They're still not in the tens of thousands, but they are concerning, no?
Yeah, well, look, when you see a layoff from an investment bank, it's typically a pretty good leading indicator in that these banks have economists. They see what's going on real time in the markets. They talk to their bankers, ask them what the deal flow looks like, and they have the best look into the capital markets as pretty much anyone out there. So I'd say these are first of many to come. You know, the first thing that fell off a cliff this year was housing. Some horrific housing data this morning. Next was manufacturing. We're looking at some COVID low data there in some of the manufacturing surveys. Next is earnings, and then comes the unemployment. And hopefully this recession that I believe is incoming will crush inflation so that we can kind of get on with our lives and move past this.
But the question is, Michael, inflation. What else are they going to crush? One thing, for example, as companies make less profit, that means less money going to governments. And a lot of state governments are going broke right now. Governments that were collecting a lot of COVID aid during the pandemic and whose taxes are so high that their businesses are moving down to Florida and Texas, like New York and California. They're going broke.
Yeah, well, look, hopefully the shrinking of government will be one of the pluses from this recession. But I don't know of any government that's ever really gotten dramatically smaller. It seems once they grow to a certain, once they grow, they never really go in reverse. But, we can hope and pray for that.
Okay, markets in 2023, what do you see?
So I see an ugly first 2 or 3 quarters, and then a reversal when inflation is dead and the Fed truly pivots, not these head fakes we've seen this year. But look, I think we're in for some rough seas ahead. I think earnings estimates for 5% growth are up by off by as much as 20%. I think interest rates are higher for longer next year than a lot of people expect. So that's going to cause some turmoil in the first and second quarter, maybe even bleeding over into the third quarter. But with that, inflation should die as the economy is contracting dramatically. Then the Fed will pivot and we'll be off to the next business cycle, next bull market.
Michael Lee, great stuff. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Coming up, President Biden gave his first major